What the hell does Hadi Choopan need to do in order to beat Derek Lunsford? If Derek looks weird and flat or something, then of course Hadi's going to beat him. But if Derek's on the money, and if Hadi's on the money, I think they give the edge to Derek Lunsford. Politics aside, whether you believe it or not, I think they'll give it to Derek Lunsford. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord, and I'm continuing on for my 2024 Mr. Olympia series, posting a video every day. I focused on Derek Lunsford earlier, and I also focused on Brandon Curry. Now I'm going on to Hadi Choopan, and I made my predictions on my show, my live show that happens every Monday. I had the real deal Chris Cormier on. I had Jimmy Mentis, IFBB Pro legend. I had Ron Harris on the show for the first time. I had Vinny Galante back on the show, and I had Phil Klahar back on the show. So we had a ton of experience on my live show, and we made our top 6 predictions for the Men's Open, the 212, and Classic Physique. So go check out that episode. It's up now, and see what our predictions were, our final predictions leading into the weekend of the 2024 Mr. Olympia. And my top 6 was Derek Lunsford first, Hadi Choopan second, Andrew Jack third, Samson Dauda in fourth, Rafael Brandao fifth, and Brandon Curry in sixth place. Actually, no, swap that. I had Martin Fitzwater in sixth place. So this is a tough one, guys. So let's go through it. Let's see where we were last year at this time, to give you guys a recap of where we left off last year. Right? You're only as good as you were last year. So that's what we can compare them. But to give you an idea, okay, what the hell does Hadi Choopan need to do in order to beat Derek Lunsford this weekend? What does he need to do? Because a lot of us, including myself, last year thought Hadi Choopan won. We thought he did enough. Sure, he wasn't as sharp from the back, but we thought it was enough. Now look at pose for pose. Pose for pose. Who's winning what pose? All right. Now this quarter turn, I like Hadi in the quarter turn. I know Derek's waist is a little bit tinier and he's rotated a little bit more, but man, look at the obliques. Look at the hardness and it's a different muscle. It's a different type of level of conditioning. It's like Sean Clarita versus Keon Pearson. You know, Sean is way more conditioned, right? But Keon has the prettier shape. That's what it is. Same thing for the 212 as it is for the Men's Open. Back shots. Okay. Now, here you can kind of see where Hadi gives up a little bit. You see the thickness in Derek's back. It's beating Brandon. It's beating Samson. It's beating Andrew. It's beating Hadi Choopan. Now, Hadi's glutes aren't that far off in condition, but Derek just has that freaky, he has the best back in bodybuilding right now. There's no one that is beating him in that back. Look at that. Again, it's good to look back at the video and see what we're working with, where Hadi Choopan needs to improve. He needs to improve that back. He's got a big back. It's just not at the level of Derek Lunsford. Quarter turn again, you see the obliques on Hadi. Samson, just it's not there with the conditioning, a little bit of distension in the stomach there on Samson. You can kind of see it throughout every pose here. This is where he wasn't controlling his waist. But we're focusing on Hadi Choopan, front double bicep. Again, this is close. I think Tyler Mannion had Derek Lunsford winning the front double bicep. I would give this to Hadi Choopan. Right? And then Samson's close in there too on that front double bicep. Front lat spread. I give this to Hadi Choopan. So Hadi doesn't have to do a lot of work from the front poses. It's when we turn to the side, now this is where it gets tricky, guys. What does Hadi have to do to beat this guy? Side chest. It's, guys, leave a comment below. Who is winning the side chest between, because that's the debate. Some people think Derek has a better side chest. Some people think Hadi has a better side chest, just surely because he's got better conditioning and more graininess to the pose that he's beating Derek. But Derek has a very full chest in a sense, but it's not as striated as Hadi's, right? And then you got to look at the obliques. You got to look at the side quad. I think Derek has a better side quad than Hadi. Yeah, I'm just focusing in on Hadi and Derek here because what does Hadi Choopan have to do to beat Derek Lunsford? Okay, here's where we get serious here. Let's get down to reality here. You guys want Hadi Choopan to beat Derek Lunsford. That's where he loses it, right? We know this. Now, can somehow miraculously can Hadi Choopan come in better condition from the back than Derek Lunsford and add some more muscle and some more thickness and width to his back? Because you can see it's not there compared to Derek. Derek has wider lats. That's why in my prediction, I have Derek Lunsford winning the 2024 Mr. Olympia. Now, Hadi has a good back, though. I mean, it's close. It's close. So if Hadi brings in that Arnold Classic Ohio and UK conditioning, does he beat Derek? But what if Derek's improved? Now, this is from last year, guys. Everyone's improved. Everyone's improved. Andrew, Samson, Hadi, Derek, they all have improved. Not sure about Brandon because we haven't seen him. All right, let's get a full extension of the lats there. It's close on the lat spread. Who's winning the back lat spread? Rear lat spread. Who's winning that pose? Derek or Hadi? It's close. I would still give it to Derek by a hair. Derek's winning both back poses because the glutes and hamstrings are a little bit more conditioned and that back is just 3D popping out like crazy. Side tricep. This is another tricky one. I give this to Derek because he's hitting it better. You can see how Hadi is slouched forward. So if the Hadi Choopan crew and Hani Rambad are watching, fix this pose. Stand up more upright like Derek is. Don't hunch forward, right? Brandon Curry's hitting it properly. Hunter hits this pretty good. Samson is hitting it incorrectly. Same with Andrew Jacked. They're hunched forward. You need to be upright, more straight. Don't hunch forward. Don't make yourself look smaller. Take up more space on that stage. As Tyler Mannion always says, take up more space. Listen to what he's telling you. But the obliques on Hadi is pretty dense and crazy. So it's hard. These are close poses here, guys. All right. We all know where this one's going. Now, Big Steve, if you're watching, tell Derek Lunsford to hit that damn ab and thigh pose correctly. Everyone in this lineup has their abs crunched. But look at who doesn't. Derek Lunsford. Now, maybe Derek could win that pose. No, I don't think he can win the pose. Let me be honest with you. I don't think he can win that pose. But he knows it's not a good pose for him, so he just does the vacuum because his abs aren't very good. And his obliques aren't very good. So he just gives that pose up. Let's just move on. We already know that he's losing that pose. Because Hadi can do the vacuum now too. He wasn't really doing it last year for some reason, but he knows now he needs to do that because Derek's doing it. You notice at the Arnold, Ohio, he was doing it crazy. You're not seeing it here. That's a good thing I'm finding right now as I'm watching this from last year. He's not doing any vacuums. That's another little piece of arsenal that Hadi Choopan's added. He's doing the vacuum now. He's trying to go toe to toe with Derek. He's putting in the work. So has Samson. Samson don't hit no vacuums in these poses. So, guys, this is what I think Hadi Choopan needs to do in order to have a chance. Right now, I just don't think it's going to happen, but it could. If Derek looks weird and flat or something, then of course Hadi's going to beat him. But if Derek's on the money, and if Hadi's on the money, I think they give the edge to Derek Lunsford. Politics aside, whether you believe it or not, I think they'll give it to Derek Lunsford. All of us predicted Derek, Chris Cormier, Jimmy Mentis, Ron Harris, Phil Clahar, Vinny Galante, all say Derek's going to win it. There could be an upset. Andrew Jack could come in second. Hadi could come down third or fourth. Right? Some of them had Hadi in fourth place. So, guys, leave a comment below. Let me know your top 6 for this year's Mr. Olympia. Can Hadi Choopan do it? Will the judges give it to him? Or will Derek get his second title? It's hard. It's hard to come back from second. It's hard to win it and then get it back. Jay Cutler did it. Right? But Dexter failed at it. Brandon Curry failed at it. Phil Heath failed at it. It's not easy. It's very rare for it to happen, guys. All right. Leave a comment, guys. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'll be doing major Olympia updates every day, all the way into the weekend. I'll do the live stream coverage. It's going to be insane. I'll do the press conference. Everything is covered. You're not going to miss anything here. You're going to get the best updates here, guys. All right. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.